Finally, we have Nicole on the show. How are you doing?
Amazing, busy, but all good things. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. And so the first thing I want to ask you is that your journey of being a YouTuber, how is that going?
I've posted like one video so far. I tried in my old apartment doing like weird food taste test videos, and I was like, do I delete these? Because they just weren't very low quality because I was living in a very tiny apartment. And I tried to make the best of it and it just didn't look good. But I'm gonna keep them because they're fun and I look hot. Um, but the recent video I did with Tommy King, where we taste tested the vegan sushi, was so much fun. And I'm definitely trying to do more stuff like that. I'm in the middle of, I went to the When We're Young festival and I like vlogged it. And I took a whole bunch of clips and I'm trying to figure out how to edit those together, but that'll be coming to my channel once I figure that out.
Great, great. So is there any particular content you're thinking of for YouTube, or like it's just going to be all about you? Whatever comes in your mind, you're going to post on YouTube.
Yeah, whatever comes to mind, because I realized when I try to stick to like one thing, like the food thing or just other stuff, I have really bad ADHD. I can't focus on one thing. So I feel like the channel should just be part like an extension of myself, where it's like, this is me. If my brain wanted to record that today, let's go watch that. Or, oh my God, something totally different. Let's click on that.
You have a bachelor's degree in biology.
I have a bachelor's in biology with a certificate in environmental science. I did really well in school. A's came easily to me without studying or going to class. I would always just teach myself like through YouTube because I like sitting in class and like in a lecture never like my brain didn't work that way. I had to like skip class and just teach myself in my dorm,
Yeah.
but it did well.
So now we are moving on to the next section in which I will ask you, there's some facts and rumors which are about you on the internet. So we'll just check whether those facts are right or wrong. We'll just check that. So you were part of a marching band in school. Is that true?
Yes, I played the flute.
Great, great. So about that marching band, how was that experience?
Oh, I loved it. I've always been a giant nerd, so I mean, it was my people. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I was never like the popular kid in school. I've always been a very big like science nerd, band nerd. Yeah.
I don't, and the second thing is that you have a tattoo of pizza.
Yes, I do. Right on the back of my neck. Want to see?
Yeah, definitely.
And I actually got it the first time I went vegan.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
It's a pepperoni pizza, but I got it the first time I tried going vegan, and I was like, "Yeah, it's vegan pizza. Yeah, sure."
Great, great. And you have a hobby of knitting also?
Yeah, I love knitting. I haven't gotten to do it in a while just because I've been so busy. But I'm currently staring at a bunch of yarn. Since I just moved, I'm like moving everything in, and I have my little knitting corner set up.
So all those facts which I searched about you is 100% true.
As unlikely as they seem, yes, they're all true.
Okay, okay. So like considering like suppose you have a time machine and there's something which you can delete or add in your life. So first thing is that do you want to go to the past or you want to go to the future with that time machine? What do you want to do exactly?
I think I want to go to the future because I wouldn't change anything about my past. Let's see, what would I do in the future though? I would definitely like to see what I'm doing in like 5 years because everyone's always like, oh, do you see yourself being more behind the camera and like directing? And I just love performing so much that I can't even imagine it. at this point in time, maybe in like 10 years, but 5 years is too soon for me to think about like not being the one in front of the camera.
You talked about being a director. So, what is interesting about that part?
Mostly just because a lot of times I get interviewed, the common question is, do you see yourself directing? And I always question it because I never even thought about directing coming into the industry. Lifelong, I've always wanted to be a performer. I love performing. It seems like every day that passes, like through my performing career, it just gets better and better. So I'm sure one day I might direct. So I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. The next topic, which is very popular in India, is the election which is happening in the United States. It's
Must be
being
nice
very
being an
political.
outsider, not having to deal with the effects of it. Because living here, it's so stressful. People are such idiots. Okay, sorry. Continue.
So what is your thought regarding that? Without being very political, you can tell what is your thought regarding this election? Because I think this election is going to be very big and it is going to have a huge impact all over the world.
Yeah, without revealing who I voted for, I voted for the person that's not a predator, liar, thief, general bad person, and idiot.
I think most of people who are watching this will understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm not saying the person I voted for is a good person. I think if you're a politician, automatically you're a bad person. I don't think anyone gets into politics because they're a good person. Um, but one is significantly worse than the other and just unfit in every sense of the word.
yeah. So talking with you, I feel that you're an extrovert person. So is that true nature of yours?
Not at all. I say I'm an extroverted introvert. Like, if I'm not forced to be in a social situation, but if I find myself in a social situation, like, I'm gregarious, I'm friendly, like, I want to talk to everyone for sure. But my ideal thing is spending time alone with my cats at home in the quiet.
Okay. So when you are at home, what is the best scenario for you? Like how you want to spend the day?
Lately, since I moved, I've been getting a lot of furniture in, so I've been just like building all my furniture. I love every piece of furniture I've ever owned. I constructed myself, like all my bed frames, my couches, entertainment center, tables, everything. I just love like using my hands. Uh, so yeah, I just got my dining table in, and the chairs are in a box right over there that I'm staring at that I'm gonna conquer after this.
So this nature of yours of doing everything by yourself, how you got this? So like from childhood you were like this? How how did
Yeah,
this
I've
nature
always
happen?
been pretty independent. Yeah. Mostly just because there's that expression where, like, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Not that I don't have faith in other people, but I just know how I want it to be done. Plus, I just have fun with it. Like I said, building furniture is like my stress relief. Like, I get to focus on a task and forget about everything else and just like build something.
Most of the people from your industry, you have seen that they're obviously moving to other platforms, Twitch, another platform, Instagram, Twitter, and they're doing pretty good and they're becoming very famous. So, do you think that there is a pressure on you to be more active with your fans on Instagram, or on Twitch, or the other popular sites, YouTube also?
Yeah, I mean, I created a Twitch account maybe like a year ago. I haven't finished setting it up because honestly, I'm technologically inept. I'm not like I'm a nature person. Technology confuses the heck out of me. And Twitch, like in my head, it was like, yeah, it's like all video games and stuff. And I had a Tamagotchi. I had a Gameboy growing up. That's the extent of my gaming. So I was like, what do I do on Twitch? And people were like, well, you can just like knit and be hot. And I I don't know. I feel like that just defeats the purpose, but maybe I'll try it at some point. But for now, like I've definitely been trying to post on Instagram more.
There's an image of you with three different hairstyles, okay? And I
Oh
want
God.
you, and I want you to rate yourself which is the best hairstyle
This
according to
this
you.
right now is the best. That's it.
Okay,
I've
so
had more than 3. I've been in this industry for 3.5 years, and well, we'll see the pictures that you have, but I had the shaved head, and then I had the little pixie cut, and then I had the little bob, then I had the extensions in one color, then the
yes,
extensions
yes.
in another color, then I took them out, and then I went blonde. Oh no.
You-
No.
So the 3 images of yourself. So I want you to rate yourself. Which is the best according to you? You
The
see
best
three
would be the
hairstyles, right?
middle. Through and through, the best is the middle. I love myself as a blonde. That's just when I started going blonde in the middle. That was for my Tushy Raw scene. It's funny because that was before I took my hair extensions out for good. Just had them out because I just gotten back from a rock festival where I took my extensions out right before I went to the festival because I didn't want them to get tangled. And I got back and I wasn't planning on shooting any scenes before I put my extensions back in. And then I got that booking and I was like, guess we're doing it. Um, and then, yeah, it's my first scene without the extensions and I love it. So hot. Then I guess second would be with the brown extensions on the left. I think that's my Slade scene. Um, then the right is the short hair. That was my first DP. And so many of my fans want me to bring back the short hair. I have so many fans begging me to bring back the short hair. And I'm like, I have short wigs now, but I'm not going back to the short hair because I was not a fan.
You rated the middle picture as your best picture. So I will ask the
Mm.
people who will watch this video to comment which according to them is their best. Do they agree with you that the middle one is the best?
Yeah.
I will leave that question to people who are watching.
Mhm.
Okay. Suppose suddenly you become a superhero and you have got some superpower. What that superpower you think should be?
Read people's minds because I'm autistic and I can't tell what people are saying if they're like implying things or like if they're not being upfront because a lot of people for like social niceties or whatever they'll like skirt around an issue or like not say what they mean, and my autistic self does not know that they're not telling the truth and being honest. So I would love to read people's minds. It would make life so much easier, but it would also be easier if people just said what they were thinking. But that's a little too much to ask, apparently.
Definitely, people should actually mean what they are saying, and life
Right?
becomes so simple.
It's not hard, but apparently it is. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So the next thing that's currently like what you are watching, any particular movie or series you're watching currently right now?
I rewatch the same TV shows like over and over again, just because I like my comfort TV shows. I'm currently rewatching King of the Hill because I love that show. It's a great cartoon. I also always rewatch What We Do in the Shadows, and there's the or the final season, so that's great. Always Sunny in Philadelphia is my all-time favorite. I've seen that way too many times. There's that new show, High Potential, that's really good. Um, yeah, I kind of just bounce around on everything.
Anything about India and Bollywood, you know?
I don't know too much. I remember when I was younger, there was the Cheetah Girls movie that was in India. I don't know if it was actually filmed in India or if it just took place in India, but I remember seeing that. Um, I know Indian food, some of my favorite food, like Indian food and Thai food are my favorite cuisines of all time. Uh, yeah, just curry is like, yum. Yeah. But as far as like cinematic and Bollywood, I don't know too much. Just good food.
And like, have you ever had a crazy fan moment?
Once I was in an Uber, and it was the first time I was recognized in person, and I was getting home from a pool party, so I was in a bikini top. And the Uber driver, I was staying at my friend's place, and the Uber driver kept taking pictures of me in my bikini top while driving because he was like, "Hey, can I take a picture with you?" I was like, "Sure, a selfie." And then he just kept taking pictures of me the entire drive while driving. And then he dropped me off to my friend's place and was like, "Hey, do you live here alone?" So people don't do that. And terrifying and just bad. I love meeting my fans so much. Like, if I'm in public and you see me, please come up to me, say hi. I'm a big fan of your work. Introduce yourself. If you want to ask for a selfie, for sure. Um, But if you see me in public and you message me on social media later, like, oh, I saw you, that just makes me like scared and creeped out. Because what do you mean you were staring at me and you didn't say hi?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And I think every fan should respect the boundary. There should be some boundary limits, I think.
exactly. Like I know there's like parasocial relationships and stuff. Like I do have so much gratitude for my fans. Like I wouldn't be where I am without y'all. Like, but don't think that we're best friends in real life if we're interacting online. Don't try to ask me about where I live or personal things. Yeah, but if you're a bit like, please do come up to me if you see me and say hi and that you're a fan of my work and whatnot. And introduce yourself. Yeah, like I said, I want to know your name. I want to get to know you, but boundaries.
Yeah, definitely. Boundaries are very important. So moving on to the next question, we have to move on to the next question. Is your love for pets? Like you wanted to be a veterinary doctor, is that true?
Yeah. So I always my life goal has always been to own a lot of property and run an animal rescue for my home, where I go to like local kill shelters and I foster out all the animals so that they don't get killed and they have a place to live, and that way, yeah, if they never get adopted, they always had a home with me, stuff like that. And I wanted to go to veterinary school at first because instead of hiring a vet, I wanted to be able to take care of all my own animals. But now I'm just hoping I just make a lot of money and I can just hire an on-call vet. But the dream is still to have my own animal rescue. I volunteer with animals twice a week currently. It's my favorite part of being self-employed is I have the financial freedom to say, hey, 2 days a week I'm not working and I'm focusing on giving back to the community.
Now moving on to the next big question, which every fan of yours wants to know.
Mhm.
Is Nicole dating someone? Or she's still saying,
Nicole is always dating someone and always looking for more people to date. Nicole is not a one person.
okay, okay. So I think a lot of fans would be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm like, everyone gets to be my boyfriend and girlfriend and they friend. Just, yeah, just spoil me and then, yeah.
Okay, okay. So what are your fitness goal? What you do to stay fit?
I don't work out at all. A couple years ago, I paid for a gym membership and I like paid extra to be able to use all the locations. And I went once in the entire year. Uh, and I was only there for like 10 minutes and I was like, I'm not doing this again. Yeah, like I'm vegan and I'm sober. So cutting out alcohol was really good for my like muscle definition, and just eating healthy.
I think that's the best part. Being eating healthy is I think the ultimate thing to do.
Now I try to eat like whole foods, organic foods, a lot of fruit, a lot of veggies, a lot of water and tea.
Okay. So when you are traveling, so what happens to your pet? Who takes care of the pet?
I have pet sitters, and also I have two different litter robots, like the litter box robot things that cycle themselves, and I can track it on my phone how full it is and like clean it through my phone. And they have an automatic feeder that goes off to the sound of my voice 5 times a day with all natural organic food. And they have a water fountain that I only put purified water in. So
You
mostly
said
it's just people, if it's like 4 days or less, they're good by themselves. But if it's more than that, I have someone come and like hang out with them.
I think if people after watching this podcast, they will come to know Nicole is more of a very genuine and a very humble person. I think they will come to know that and a person who wants to do everything independently. I think that's a
Yeah.
great thing. People will come to know about you after watching this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when people see me on camera performing versus off camera, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're the same person, because it's very different, but it's the duality of Nicole. Like there's so many, like I said, so many different, not faculties. What did I say earlier? Yeah, facets. Yeah, I'm a multifaceted person. Like, but also I'm very wholesome cat mom. Yeah.
And I think if you keep this same energy and keep the same personality, you're going to make millions on YouTube and on Instagram. I can definitely tell you.
Think yeah.
So for our fans, you can tell your YouTube channel name, your Twitter handle, and your Instagram.
Nice and easy across all platforms. The Nicole Aria, except on Reddit. Um, I'm the one Nicole Aria, like the number one, because I had the Nicole Aria and then I forgot how to log into it a while ago. Um, so my official one there is the one Nicole Aria.
It was a great podcast. I had lots of fun to understand you, to know you. You're such a gem of a person. I hopefully you also had a great time too.
Oh, I had an amazing time. Thank you so much for being such a great interviewer and for having me on.